Hey everybody, it's Frozen, and thanks for joining me. Today I wanted to talk about two very popular hiking hoodies. Of course, I'm referring to the Patagonia R1 and the Melanzana Microgrid hoodie. I said that I was going to make something like this about a year ago when I did my winter layering system video. If you haven't checked that out, be sure to look at that video. It has a lot of useful information on it, and it will definitely point you in the right direction for how to layer like I did on the AT. All right, so let's just get right into it. So this hoodie was bought a couple years ago. This was meant to be a base layer whenever the weather got below freezing. So 0 to 30 degrees, that's when I really use this, and that's where this really shines. I got the Melanzana just to try it out based on my friend's experience with it on his thru hike, and it definitely proved to be a really good hoodie. So which one should you buy? Availability of the hoodie is going to be the biggest thing. Now, there are plenty of hoodies out there, and I will list all that I know in the description box of this video to replace the Melanzana, because this is a hard to find hoodie. Basically, if you don't have friends in Leadville, Colorado, or live in the area or plan to visit the area, it's going to be really hard to buy this hoodie. You can buy it on eBay, but expect to pay 2 to 3 times the amount that it's actually worth. I was one of the lucky ones that about a year ago I purchased it on a Tuesday sale. They used to actually have stock on their website, melanzana.com, but since their popularity just blew up, these are really hard to find now. So availability is going to be the biggest problem with this hoodie. The Patagonia R1, pretty much any outdoor store or Amazon.com, you'll be able to find this guy. This guy retails for about $150, but I have seen it about 40% off, and it's definitely worth the buy on a sale. This guy is going to run you, if you can find it, about $70. So what's the difference between these two? Why do I have them both? So let's talk temperature. When I used to use this hoodie, and I still do, by the way, I will use it in more colder trips than the Melanzana, but this hoodie was bridging the gap as my mid layer. So I would have a Smart Wool 250 base layer, I'd have this on, and then on top of it I would either have a rain jacket or a down jacket or whatever I needed to keep me warm down to whatever temperature I was in. This really shines with a t-shirt, and this by itself in 20-degree weather. We're talking Fahrenheit here. I put the conversion right here for Celsius for our metric friends. But 20 degrees Fahrenheit, this really shines as you're hiking. For sitting around camp, I'd say you want to be around 30 degrees, maybe even above freezing to be comfortable. For the Melanzana, I'd consider hiking in this down to about 30 degrees. I really wouldn't go any lower with it, especially if you didn't have any extra layers on it. But this really does breathe a lot better than this. There's better ventilation. And I found myself very comfortable up to about 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Really, I start taking this above freezing. This is going to be below freezing. It's just as simple as that. That's what works for me. Let's talk about fit. For me, the Melanzana wins in this category. It's a very comfortable, boxy, relaxed fit hoodie. It's loose. I got both sizes in medium, so both hoodies are in medium, and I just prefer the overall comfort of the Melanzana Microgrid hoodie. The R1 is a great hoodie. It is comfortable, but you definitely just have that relaxed fit in the Melanzana. The R1 has a more athletic fit. It's tighter to your body, and for good reason. It does keep you warm because of that design. It's also made up of a Polartec Microgrid fleece. It's a little bit rougher around the edges than the very soft Microgrid fleece of the Melanzana hoodie. On the inside of the Melanzana hoodie, they have a very soft fleece, non-pattern, just really soft fleece, and on the outside is the Microgrid. Whereas on the R1, the Microgrid, the waffle pattern is actually on the inside, and you have your normal fabric on the outside. I'd say the best feature about both hoodies is going to be their respective hoods. The Patagonia R1, you pretty much have a really nice skull cap that when zipped up fully will actually shield your neck from any kind of wind or weather or anything like that, and it actually goes right up above your chin if you choose to, or right under your chin depending on where you place the fabric. For the Melanzana Microgrid hoodie actually have a really nice piece of shock cord that goes around the length of the hood, and once you cinch it down tight enough, you actually can shield your neck from any kind of cold breezes or wind or weather there as well. I also like the kangaroo pocket in the front and the fact that, again, the material is really soft inside. The whole overall hoodie is just very soft. Another feature that I really enjoy on the Patagonia R1 are the thumb holes in the sleeves. I think every outdoor hoodie should have these things. There's no reason not to include them, and I find myself using them more often than not in colder weather. Something really important to me, and the reason why I didn't take a down jacket on most of my AT through hike, especially when it got warmer, was moisture management. I knew that this hoodie could get wet. I know that this hoodie can get wet and still offer me some kind of warmth. I also know that I can simply just throw these in the washer and the dryer and be on my merry way if something does happen, like I get it dirty or it gets wet or whatever. Something similar in a very popular down jacket in the hiking community, the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer. I'd be hesitant to wash this in a washer, and especially I wouldn't want to dry it after all that. So that's why I opted to take some lightweight fleeces. And speaking of the weight, I believe this guy weighs about 12.5 ounces, and this guy is going to weigh 10 ounces. To put that in perspective, the infamous Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer weighs about 7.7 ounces. So only a couple more ounces for the Melanzana, and then a couple more ounces for the Patagonia R1 to get you down pretty much below what that jacket is intended for. I kind of say that the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer is good to about 35 degrees. So if you're actually looking for a hoodie, my recommendation, you're not going to be able to find this. Just take this off the table. Be sure to see my links below where you have an alternative to this. Because in all honesty, this is a great hoodie, but it's not the unicorn hoodie that everybody makes it out to be. The only reason why this is so popular among so many people is because people can't find it. That's what makes it so popular. You can just get the R1 hoodie on a sale, and this will suit you fine. You will love this thing, especially if you do a lot of cold weather winter backpacking. This is super warm, and especially when paired with a base layer and a down jacket, you will be super comfy and super warm. So hopefully that helped. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check that description box. I'll see you on the trail.